The war in the Middle East just lost its last safety valve. Official sources in Tehran have confirmed that Ali Larijani is dead. This is the most significant political assassination since the death of Supreme Leader Khamenei in late February. If you follow Iranian politics, you know exactly how much weight this name carries. Larijani was not just a politician. He was the intellectual architect of the Iranian state for the last 30 years. His removal from the board is a clear signal. The option for diplomacy is now completely gone. Who was Ali Larijani, and why does his death matter so much? He came from one of the most powerful families in the Islamic Republic. He was the longest-serving Speaker of the Parliament in their history. He held that position for 12 years. He also served as the Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council. He was a top advisor to the late Khamenei. Larijani was widely seen as the ultimate realist. He was a philosopher by education, but he was a master of power in practice. He served as the vital bridge between the hardline military and the moderate elements in the government. He was deeply involved in past nuclear negotiations. He was a man who understood the West. When the world wanted to talk to someone in Tehran who was rational and powerful, Larijani was usually the right person. His death is a devastating blow to the internal balance of power in Tehran. Since the death of Khamenei, the Iranian state has entered a condition of extreme paranoia. President Pezeshkian is a moderate who wanted to lower the temperature with the West. But with Larijani gone, his strongest ally for a rational foreign policy is dead. There is a massive difference between killing a general and killing a strategist. When you kill a commander like Soleimani, you lose a soldier. But when you kill a man like Larijani, you lose a person who actually knows how to stop a war from starting. This escalation is happening at a very dangerous moment for the global economy. As we discussed before, the Strait of Hormuz is already under immense pressure. Trump is calling for a naval coalition to keep the oil moving through that gap. But how can anyone expect stability when the people you need to talk to are being assassinated one by one? The death of Larijani opens the door for the most radical factions who want revenge. It destroys any remaining chance of a deal. It pushes the Iranian leadership into a corner. To keep their credibility at home, their only choice is to strike back with more violence. They no longer see any benefit in talking to Washington. When you kill the negotiators, only the warriors are left on the stage. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard proved this point on March 18th. They issued a formal statement announcing the 61st wave of their offensive under Operation True Promise 4. This massive strike is a direct retaliation for the assassination of Ali Larijani. The Revolutionary Guard launched a heavy barrage of advanced missiles. They used the Khyber Shikan and the Ahmad missiles in this attack. They also launched the Khorramshahr 4 and the Qaeda missiles, which carry multiple warheads. They claimed these missiles hit over 100 military and security targets. They stated that the strikes were carried out without any interference from the enemy. History shows us what happens when you take away all the exits from a regional power. They eventually decide to fight with everything they have. The world is watching the brain of a nation being replaced by a finger on the trigger. The hawks in Washington and Israel might see this as a tactical victory today, but they are creating a vacuum that only chaos can fill. You cannot bomb your way to peace when you destroy the very people who could have negotiated it. The Middle East is now entering a new stage where the last safety valve has been set on fire. We are moving away from the era of dialogue and into an era of total fire.